as far as being a winner or loser, I'm sort of mixed on Mitch McConnell. Now, as far as Mitch McConnell, he looked relatively weak at home. Now remember, he's got a Tea Party challenger back in Kentucky. However, he also scored really, really big in the recent deal that he made with Harry Reid. Now, how well did he do? Well, Mitch McConnell had actually brought home $2.9 billion for a dam project back in Kentucky. And of course, a lot of people are calling that a Kentucky kickback. Now, let me get into the details about this. Now, Section 123 of the Senate bill secures $2.9 billion in funding for the Olmsted Lock and Dam Authority for a dam project on the Ohio River. Now, this dam project is being developed by URS Corporation, as of course a construction company. And get this, the original funding for this project was about $775 million. So they got a massive, massive increase. Now, Huffington Post reports that, quote, while the earmark is a great deal for McConnell, the funding request reportedly came from President Barack Obama. Fascinating. Fascinating. Now, despite this, a McConnell spokesman told the Wall Street Journal that the Senate Appropriations Committee approved the funding earlier this year. So it doesn't have anything to do with the deal. It looks like, from what I can tell. And Harry Reid, of course, comes out and tells reporters, this is not an earmark. It saves the taxpayers money. I mean, as far as that goes, infrastructure. I'm in favor of infrastructure. But I do think it's a little hypocritical on the part of Mitch McConnell, because he goes and makes this deal and he gets this giant kickback for a dam project in his own district while decrying government spending. And that's sort of my whole problem with it. David, what do you think?
I think it's Mitch McConnell being Mitch McConnell, and Mitch McConnell is a pure old school, big money, old Southern money politician, and he is just doing. It's completely hypocritical, but it's just politics. It's it was he was going to get a little sugar from the deal, being the deal maker and being in a important position like that. So as far as the overall grand scheme of things, of course he's hypocritical on so many other things as well.
Of course.
And we kind of, I guess we should expect that as just like, I mean, I'm not surprised at all. It's just like one of those things. You're like, well, it's not that great. Of course it's hypocritical, but it's also not like it's infrastructure spending is not a horrible thing. It's like
it's business as usual, essentially.
The deal got made, and that's how it got. And I don't. It's kind of like it doesn't taste that good, but it doesn't make me throw up. Does that make sense? It's like.
Well, yeah, I get what you mean. It's just one of those things where you're like, kind of a dirty backroom deal, but you know what? We got this better deal out of it. And yeah, of course, Mitch McConnell is hypocritical. Almost all politicians are hypocritical on something.
And so just, like you said, we're asking for compromise. That's one of those things, the deals get made, and that's how it runs. That's how things work in the real world sometimes. You got, what's that?
It's how it's been how it's supposed to work. And I'm actually kind of glad to see it go back to business as usual. I know that sounds really bad, right? But compared to the level of dysfunction that we've had, especially that we've seen over the past few weeks, or the past few years, it's kind of nice to see them going and doing these deals, even if it's dirty backroom politics, right? At least they're doing something. At least something is getting done, and a dam is getting built, and that's always a good thing, right?
Well, yeah, and like, a lot of politics is just like you can't have politics and like have one side get everything and then the other, that's dysfunction. So
Right.
everybody's got to get a little sugar, or they're not going to, vote for the deal.
Well,
And
there's somebody out there that's actually a little bitter about this sugar.
okay,
Imagine that. And that is, of course, Senator Jeff Sessions. Now, Jeff Sessions actually told reporters, and I love this, quote, one of the tricks around here, one of the abuses around here is you get a big bill that needs to go forward and needs to pass, and the people try to load it up with things that are important to them. In the long run, that's not good for the public, says Jeff Sessions, a guy who got some earmarks himself. Now, how many earmarks? According to OpenSecrets.org, Jeff Sessions sponsored or co-sponsored 47 earmarks totaling in $82 million in fiscal year 2010. Hypocrisy much, right? So he doesn't have the right to say anything.
Yeah. Sure.
I think he's just kind of, my personal assessment is that Jeff Sessions is a little bit butthurt over this. That he didn't get into the deal because, remember, he was one of the senators that voted against this whole deal. Why? Because he didn't get any sugar. He didn't get nothing for it. And so, sorry, Jeff Sessions, you get nothing. Nada. Go home.
Next time.
Yeah, better luck next time. Maybe you should
come up with an amendment against amendments. Everyone talks about the, oh, you shouldn't do that. Put that in there, but they're doing it from both sides to get, and it's like I said, it's like one of those things doesn't taste good.
It's politics as usual, and it's
and most people don't care. Most people are like, oh, keep the government running. Don't let us fall into a situation where we all become feral mud people. Within the next 6 months, and everything completely falls apart. Most people just, okay, everything's not complete disaster. Good, we'll go on to the next day, and then the day after that, and the day after that. So
I just brought it up because I think I really enjoyed the hypocrisy of the whole thing.
Yeah, but maybe I've gotten like jaded to hypocrisy, because I just expect them. I just expect that to be the, carte blanche means
and there's
of
a lesson.
operation.
And I think this is an important point to end the segment on, is that there's a lesson in this. You got to get money out of politics. Because this is the way that Congress is supposed to work. Dirty backroom dealings, earmarks, etc. Not the shit that we've been seeing for the last few months, for the last few years. Because that's even worse. But when it gets down to it, politics is dirty and filled with dirty money and earmarks, and it's all because of money in politics. And so I think the thing that we need to take away from this is that we need to really focus on getting money out of politics in order to get basically people who aren't as hypocritical who will actually work for us. And I think that's what I want everybody to take away from this story. Get the money out of politics,